What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Top Cat the Gamer, and we are back with some more trails through Daybreak. And we are now in the Blacklight District in the finale, about to do the quest for Dingo's legacy. Yeah, apparently we just got to go to the Blacklight District and talk to a woman who's in charge that could possibly have the whereabouts of Dingo's
What will it be?
notebook. I can't believe I only have 4 of these right now. God, it's such bullshit.
I'll be seeing you.
Um, let's just move on. It's just a random bed right here. Shit. Alright.
Boss is gonna yell at you.
That is them. We got lots of colorful folks down here already. And it's not even festival time yet. Hardly any point trying to babysit Jack here. It'll turn out like it always does, and I'll just take a walk and see what's around here. Alright, they seem like they're just getting fucking wasted.
Again.
But I hope y'all doing well.
I like it.
It was gonna
Seriously?
I'm trying not to get twisted up in here. There's a lot of little turns and shit. Okay. Is not here. I can't go in there. So it's under us. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. God, dog.
Ooh, you look dangerous. I'd better see you again.
Let me ask you something.
Oh, it's you. You know, I thought I knew you well, but I had no idea you and Dingo went so far back. Level with me here. You're the one helping them investigate Armada's illegal dope business, weren't you? Yeah, that's right. We must have worked together for, a decade, I want to say. Damn. We both had to keep it on the down low in order to operate freely, though. He and I had known each other since we were both up in Mesodon. That long, huh? Guess that makes sense. If you don't mind me asking, how did the two of you meet? Oh, it wasn't anything special. He was a newly minted intel broker, and I was your common whore. Damn, making ends meet out on the streets. Damn, she just broke it down. She's like, I had OnlyFans and fucking goddamn. We had a nice little thing going. Oh, well. Damn, she just told on Dingo, man. Like, he buy information, I coach for my clients, and I do him some favors in kind. Oh, he scratched my back, I scratch his. What kind of favors that Dingo? This is all news to me. Can we assume that Dingo hadn't started doing any reporting work back then? More or less. I will say, for an errand boy working underground, he had a certain naivete to him. Back then, maybe because he was still so young. I had an acquaintance who worked at the local paper. I remember he was pretty intrigued about that side of things. I'll also mention it was 8 years ago when I made the move to Edith and set up shop down here. But before I left, he gave me some top secret information as a parting gift. His intel and his connections have been huge help to me. Leave it to a lady killer to smooth his way into the underground. He really helped a lot of people while he was alive, didn't he? Oh, he helped himself, alright. Indeed. Later on, after everything went down to Mesodon, that's when he ended up drifting into town. Personally, I was happy to see him make a clean break, get into a better line of work with better people. You never know what life has in store for you. Maybe the goddess took a liking to him and threw him a bone. Maybe so, yeah. Sorry to interject, but what happened to him in Mesodon? I didn't know anything about that. I wish I could tell you, honey, but it's not really my place to say. That all happened after I left, so I only heard things heard things through the grapevine. But I don't want to leave you empty-handed. If you're looking for his notebook, I've got some information I'd be happy to share. Damn, she already knew what time it was. Really? You do that? Oh, thank you so much. Just to clarify, we're looking for his black leather notebook he used to carry around. You've seen it before, I take it. Sure have. He'd been looking for a place to stash it away. I offered to hold on to it myself, but he turned me down. Can't blame him for being so cautious when he was going up against Armado. But I did hear him mutter about asking someone for help on his way out of town for a piece. That was 3 days before everything went down in Cray, for reference. Holy cow, what timing. That's a valuable clue there. Actually, now that she mentions it, how did Dingo get into Cray? Do you have any ideas, Van? Man, can't seem to clear my throat today. God dog. He had his tiny ass car, but he never drove it all that much. He was always paranoid of people following him. Usually he took a train or a bus when he had to go after the sticks. Probably flew a bit from time to time too. But I don't know what he did here. Same. We're talking about a guy who knew all of the tricks by that point. He might as well have been moving randomly. Crap. He sure as hell wouldn't take something as obvious as a public transit. Not when Armada had eyes everywhere. Exactly. I think we can rule out his own car too. That would have carried its own risk. Thinking realistically, he probably would have. You could say that maybe he rented a car, but that still kind of requires a bit of a paper trail, I guess I'd say. I'm thinking hitchhike. An orbital bike would have been too obvious, so I'm gonna go with the taxi. I think chances are pretty good. I gotta take the taxi. Sure as hell ain't cheap, but they have given him the lowest profile and the most flexibility. Yep. They blend right in on the road. Oh, good thinking. You might be onto something, Van. Taxis are pretty commonplace, especially for people heading out of town. There's no way Armado could have been monitoring every single taxi running in either. If that was the case, what sort of taxi would they have taken? There's only one with a self-employed driver instead of a company, no? That's a good point. A self-employed driver would have given him more flexibility. Sounds like you guys have your next lead. I have no idea who the driver could be, unfortunately. Maybe it was one of his friends. My guess is he had a driver he hired on the regular, someone he could trust. That ring any bells for you, sweetheart? You know something? It actually does. I remember Dingo would sometimes hail a taxi to get to a reporting site. He mostly took one that had this black and yellow checkered pattern around the bottom. The driver was an eccentric guy too, from what I recall. Oh wow, that's really good info. Glad you were able to remember that. You said it. We'll have to look into that once we're done here. Anyway, thanks for the chat, mistress. I'll pay you back sometime. Yes, thank you so much. You have no idea how grateful I am. Oh, don't mention it. I owe Dingo that much. That said, you can always repay me by coming back here to play. You can always repay me about coming back here to play, you know. Don't forget that. Damn, she is who she is, huh? But yeah, Dingo would tell me stories about you sometimes. The punk ass brigand and the newbie reporter he had befriended. The punk ass brigand. I do hope you're able to track down this notebook. If there's anyone out there he want to inherit it, I would have to imagine it'd be you too. Thank you. We'll do our best. We're sure as hell gonna try. Be a waste to just let it go after doing all this work for it. A taxi with a black and yellow checker pattern. I know exactly which one that is. Had no idea Dion was a regular in it. Interesting. I see that car out by Central Station a lot. Driver's probably out for lunch right now though. Let's check the food stalls first, see if we get lucky. Alright.
Ooh, you look. I'd better see you again.
I actually appreciate how candid she is. Okay, let's go to
Let's be on our way.
Sadin district. Alright.
There.
Looks like we're right over here to the other side. They're down there at the bottom.
Well,
Interesting. Oh, that car there has a checker pattern. It's got to be it. That's the taxi. The driver's got to be close. Let's sniff him out. Can't go there. Oh, okay. Well, that was simple.
can we talk?
Giordano, huh? Oh, but it isn't the big boy with the cute girl hugging his arm. Never thought you'd ask me that name and notebook. Wonders never cease, huh? Looks like we found our guy. The word is you were scratching Dingo's back every now and then. Yep, I may not look it, but I used to run all over the Republic taking odd jobs on the low. I was on this smuggling run once, and bam, I bumped right into him. That's how we met. That must have been, 10 years ago? Dingo would have been around 20, I think. Alright. So you know how you got tangled up with Armada back then, too. Oh, my boy, do I ever. That was what led him to ask me for help out of the city that day. I snuck him out just like that. He hopped on a bus for Cray, and that was the last I ever saw him. In retrospect, I shouldn't have done it. I should have let his dumb ass. I shouldn't have let his dumb ass do that. Sorry. It wasn't your fault, Giordano. Don't beat yourself up over it. You weren't the one who killed him. It was Armada. Not even. Dante's on that. The shitheel. You're right. Yeah. I heard he got what was coming to him in the capital. I bet Dingo's laughing up there. I'm happy karma came around for that bastard. I am too. I hope it makes him feel better. He really regretted being that guy's broker in the past. Wait, what? Dante's really wasn't the same guy once he took over. What the fuck? So that's his background, huh? Not trying to justify him, but Dante's used to have a good rep on the streets. He had a code, and he stuck to it. And that let people trust him. No wonder he ended up so popular, with how much everybody hated the head honcho before him. He got Dingo, hook, line, and sinker. Dingo was his informant, fed him the info he needed to bring the old guy down. And now instead, we have this monster he built. Unbelievable. So that's what it was. A monster, you say? A Fitting title for him. I'm not too privy to what happened beyond that, so I don't want to speculate. So you're looking for Dingo's old notebook, and you think I've got it? Dingo. Please, may I please have it? Well, I'd love to give it to you, but I'm afraid I can't. Why not? Is there something he wanted done first? What? Pretty boy said it ain't for your eyes only. Well, he told me to keep an eye out for the Spriggan guy and a newbie reporter. If anything happened to him, he wanted me to give this here key to whichever of the two I bump into first. Coin locker key, okay. Oh? So what's this key for? Looks like a key for the station coin locker you like to see around the subway. Spot on. He said he stashed it in the easiest locker he could find. I'm not sure what he meant by that though. I have no idea what station he's at. Hold on a second, sorry about that. Got it. The easiest locker he could find, where could that be? Well, that about gives it away. Oh, could it be the one by Van's office? Probably. Let's head on back and take a look. Thanks a bunch, Giordano. Maybe I'll make up for it with you with a joyride one of these days, when I feel like it. You just call me anytime you're plastered, and I'll be your DD. Alright. So let's get back to Old Town.
Time to depart.
What do I do?
Wait, what the hell? That cube. Oh, we gotta go down to the metro. Okay. That cube we got from the driver probably goes to one of the coin lockers here. What do you say? Should we check out what's inside? She hit a gulp. Okay, coin locker. Absolutely. I'm ready. It's just some funny ass shit. She's like, I don't know. Okay. Let's head in. Marielle and the others found the coin lockers tucked away in a corner of the subway station. They located the one that corresponded with the key they held, finding a black leather notebook inside. The group then proceeded to move to the quiet location in order to inspect the contents of the notebook. I'm glad they didn't draw out that scene. I really am glad. Just get it and go. This is something, alright. I didn't get to talk to Dingo much, but I know for a fact that he was an outstanding man. Indeed. Not just anyone could pursue our motto to the degree he did without backup. It was probably his way of making amends for the role he played in Dante's Rise to Power. Yeah, that makes sense now. I didn't even think about that, but she's right. Everything he's been doing has been more for toning than it is just, not saying he wasn't a decent guy and he wasn't going to look for it, but he's also atoning for the sins he feels he committed. These notes mention how the previous boss's family was murdered too. Even they didn't get spared. That's horrible. Such a heavy burden for him to carry. But that wasn't his fault. He couldn't have known that's what would happen. I can't imagine he felt like he could be in the public eye anymore after that. And that's why he took me under his wing. A good-for-nothing rookie. It appears he compiled quite a few notes about the ringleaders we took down in Racion as well. Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, we get to go through this whole thing, huh? Interesting. Alright, let's, you know what, the hell with it. Let's just start with, Viola. Female, age 26, originally from a minor noble family in the Cadiz region in the Central East. Her family fell into bankruptcy after Cadiz annexation by Felice. I hope I'm pronouncing some of this right. Viola herself being sold off to a wealthy merchant so they could make the ends meet. Holy shit, she got sold. That's, oh my god. She soon fell into the hands of a criminal organization that was targeting the merchant. Though initially nothing more than a plaything and the object of pleasure, she eventually managed to oust the boss and wrestle control into her own hands. Her brutal leadership reputation precedes her. That is exactly what happened to Rin. Good lord, man. God, dog. When 2 years later the group tried to expand their influence into Calvert, they caught the attention of Armada. Conflict with them was brief, as they were quickly obliterated by Dantes, to whom Vale swore loyalty afterward. As a consequence of her turbulent past, she's incredibly dependent on Dantes, which might be the reason she harbors a fierce rivalry with her fellow Melchior. Their positions equivalent within the organization. I think they both had a thing for Dante. Is more so what it was. Through the body of her needle gun was produced by Zek Arms. The full piece is not a part of their official lineup. Further research regarding the origin of her weapon is needed. Interesting. Alexander. Alexander, male, age 35, born in the former Principality of Northumbria in northwestern Temuria. He was 5 years old when the Salt Pale appeared, sowing chaos in his homeland. Him and his father, then protectors of the ruling family, fled alongside Prince Balmond when he fled the country. Spent most of his childhood and adolescent years in the free city of Taslim. So this prince, okay, so when the Salt Pale crisis or whatever it was happened, the Prince Balmond, who he fled the country like a coward, and then when everything was kind of over, he showed back up. Like, of course, everybody like, man, you a punk, like, you punk ass, like, but he came back, and then he spent like the whole rest of his time trying to atone for having left in the crisis. It was really odd, but apparently he turned out to be a good guy in the end. He did atone for a lot of things that he did, from what I remember. Trained by his father in the traditional military arts of their homeland, he served the former ruling family until the age of 25, though his life was soon thrown into chaos. So him and his family were bodyguards of the royal family. His father and he were both ordered to retake Northumbria following the death of the Northern Jaegers figurehead. So that's Sarah's father, I think, was the guy at that point in time. He was the Northern Jaegers leader. The current ruler since Prince Balmond's escape. After their assault on Northumbria's capital, Haley asked, we'll just go with Haley asked, they managed to seize and control the city for the time, acting as its effective government before being overthrown by the Northern Jaegers. This ensued a massacre of the remaining civilians in Haliask, mandated by the crazed former Prince Balmond. Standing in opposition with one another, Alexander and his father dueled to the death. Damn. Alexander emerged victorious before withdrawing from the battlefield. Shit, this is crazy. Though his current whereabouts are unknown, it is believed that the Prince Balmond was swiftly and secretly executed by the Northern Jaegers following his capture. I'm pretty sure it probably did. He seemed very dangerous. Wandering from one corps to another, Alexander was eventually scouted by Dantes himself and brought into a leadership position with Armada. So like it seems like both of them are just lost, and he gave them purpose, a shitty purpose, but still a purpose. Though outwardly austere and restrained, he's merciless in combat, sparing none who dare cross him. His ultimate goal being the search of his final resting place. He has rejected any attempt at persuading him to leave Armada. Despite the mechanized gauntlets he wields not being part of his official lineup, it does appear that they were developed by Zek Arms. That makes you wonder, do they have somebody that works in the shadows in Zek Arms for them? Interesting. Let's go to Olympia. Oh, she's only 19. Wow. Little is known about her, although she allegedly hails from a remote village hidden in eastern Zemuria. Rumors say the entire village was comprised of heretical puppeteers who worshipped a doll made in the image of an angel. Thought to be an artifact of some sort, the doll was looked after by a medium. The village's gruesome customs mandated that those close to the medium would be offered as sacrifices. These sacrifices spared no one, not friends nor family, though soon tragedy befell the village, leaving Olympia and the dog alone to wander the continent after the demise of all they knew. Multiple records suggest instances of criminals being slaughtered when encroaching on the wandering pair. She was later inducted into the Gardens, the assassin organization, and made overseer of a garden of Arum. Though it appears she's been mostly left to her own devices after being invited by the other overseers, these including Melchior and the Emperor. If I were to guess, the incident that took place in her village led her to the angel developing a psychologically interdependent relationship, resulting in her autonomy and emotional expression diminishing. In light of the crisis that's made the Gardeners join forces, she may have had a chance to reclaim that lost capacity, albeit an incredibly slim one. Interesting. And Ariok? Yeah, over 150 years old, damn. In contrast to the known, confirmed leaders of Armada and Garden Overseers, eyewitness reports of him are few. What we do know of him, the Garden of Rust Overseer, is that he's a very dangerous man, clad in heavy armor. Much of the information about him stretches belief, including how he was supposedly born in a different time period altogether, over 150 years ago. If he was, he's said to proceed from a mythically holy Iskan Empire, an enormous nation believed to have laid just across the Tianshan and Ishko Mountains to Kalra's east. This empire is presumed to have vanished following a calamity 130 years ago. Well, sounds about accurate. In its heyday, 9 groups served to protect the royal imperial line. Eastern sources indicate that he was a warrior who represented the Rahu, or I guess we'll go with Rahu, a tribe of white descent hailing from the west. I'm inclined to believe it's all bullshit, but in an age where mortals like the Lance Maiden can exist in Erebonia, I can't rule out the possibility of there being some truth to it either. I think it's true. The fucking armor tried to attack us on his own and shit. That shit was crazy. That dude disintegrated after we killed him. Like, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Whether it's true or not, its evidence might suggest that his armor and his strangely shaped battle axe might be artifacts. Considering his joining the Gardens and the stories acclaiming its immortality, this might be highly likely. On top of that, he's the primary suspect regarding the Eisenshield's annihilation in the outskirts of Cray, though I still can't state that for a fact. More information is needed. I'm pretty sure it was him. Pretty sure. And Melchior. Oops. My bad. Melchior, age 21, one of Armada's 3 pillars and quite possibly its most evil and sinister member.
He doubles down as the Garden's ringleader and overseer of the Garden of Thorns. I did not think he was that young. Like, Scream's a little older than me. I thought he was closer to 30. Melchior's skills don't fall behind any of his artifact-wielding peers, being highly skilled in the use of an orbital net and being capable of infinitely spawning and freely controlling explosives. Beyond that, he also acts as Armada's main strategist and Dante's right-hand man and confidant, and possibly his lover. Yeah, it definitely seems like some really creepy shit was going on between them at one point. Or at least maybe Melchior wanted it to, and Dante's wasn't really. I don't know. It was odd. Though his past is shrouded in mystery, his origins might trace back to the same organization the Oathbreaker, one of Ouroboros' Anguists, also comes from. The Order of the Moonlight Horse existed since the Middle Ages, where the Oathbreaker sat amongst top brass for the longest time before losing to Ouroboros and switching sides. It's an entirely different matter, and a major threat all of its own. Wrapping this back around, Melchior might have been a direct subordinate of the Oathbreaker, before going on to take in the scattered remnants of that infamous cult. If that's true, that would make him something of a prince of the underworld. For someone as powerful as him to idolize Dante so much is nothing short of ominous and concerning, to say the least. Another thing that concerns me is him staying in the crazed vicinity following the icing shield turned into ghouls. Cray's not just some sleepy village with beautiful vistas. More than a touristic spot. It lies stuck between several forces working from the shadows. It also happens to be one of the few places in northern Calvert with a sizable eastern and central eastern population. Knowing the source of Almada's financing, actually, I'd rather not speculate any further. So he was already on to the fact that they were possibly getting financed by, God damn, why can I not think of her name right now? Elaine's dad. All right, I think that's it. How do I get out of this? I'm trying to get out of this. I have no idea how to get out of this. I don't get why. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't finish Dante's. I'm sorry. Damn. I didn't pay attention to his name down at the bottom. My bad. If I let my feelings take away, Dante's could fill every single page in this notebook. There's not a night where I'm not overcome with regret, but this notebook is not meant for my personal thoughts. I'm sorry about that. I really thought I was done and wasn't even paying attention to Dante's name. Most things I've come to learn about him and his life are at least a little eyebrow raising. Him being a member of the DG cult before joining Armada, his eyes kind of told that story. They all got those weird ass reddish eyes. It's so odd. Being related to Calvert's old royal family, perhaps even a direct descendant. Damn. The tales of his sword are actually as hard to believe. A gigantic blade of black and silver, thought to be an artifact hidden by the royal family. This demon blade was the instrument with which he slew Enrique, Almada's previous head. Hard as these tales are to believe, their true purpose is to strike fear to the hearts of those who hear them, to make Dante's nothing short of living manifestation of shadows and agony. Deep as the abyss, and equally as alluring, His unquenchable thirst for fear is what draws many to him. Seductive and enchanting, it has earned him many loyal followers, which is odd as fuck. But where does such an unfathomable hunger come from? A new hypothesis surfaced recently which might finally explain things. The source, however, is a little unusual, and I'm not particularly keen to take it at face value. But that's neither here or there. The more pressing matter is his goal in Boston, and that him and the others might have been after something else. His true goal, I imagine, fear, the want and need to bring about true dread and terror to the masses. He wasn't able to achieve it, even with the help of a genius, but that would not stop. That would not put a stop to him. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his mission. Looking into this matter should take priority. I don't. That does the fear make him stronger? Is what I'm guessing. If it were to happen like that, regardless, he sure managed to pull a fast one on me in Tharbad. I was distracted by that call, but that's no excuse. I should have seen through him much sooner than I did. But I'm gonna try as he might to stay one step ahead. I'll forever be hot on his heels.
At this point, I've worked out how I'm going to get everything recorded, as well as how to leave these notes behind. Now comes the real showdown with him. It's going to be the biggest gamble I make as both a reporter and an information dealer.
So he planned that. He planned to go out there and run into him?
If, by some sheer miracle, I make it back in one piece, I'll absolutely be following up on those theories I've written about. I can already imagine the hell I'm in for with that dope of a Spriggan and that cub reporter. I really do worry about her. But you know what? At the end of the day, that's just part of the fun.
Dingo, man. What a dude.
Dingo. Dingo.
Ever the badass, though.
You dumbass. Who's the real dope between us, huh?
I still think him. I'm just playing. This dude was totally nuts. How in the hell did he find it in him to go that far? I can only imagine his love and care for others spurring him on to gather this much information. He was both a clever and kind man. And he wasn't just trying to make amends or settle score. I don't doubt he genuinely worried for everyone's future. Oh yeah, I put Judith's golden blood outfit on her. Everybody else is wearing the black, so I figured get her a little spruced up. Outfit's pretty cool. I actually like that more than this get up more than I like her Grimcat uniform. And don't get me wrong, the Grimcat be on point, but I don't know. It's just the how this one looks is it's more sleek and I feel like it fits her character a little bit better. But Grimcat is still a hilarious ass outfit that she wears out in the open to go like be a thief and shit. She's crazy as hell. It goes without saying, but it's a true shame. He was taken from us far too young. I keep hoping that it's like I don't know, that he teleported or some shit. I'm so glad you were able to find his notes. Likewise, it must have been the will of the goddess. Once Marielle collected herself, the party drove her back to the Terrell Times. After reporting their success to the editor-in-chief Cunning, they got back to work. As for Dingo's notes, once the contents were copied, it was decided that Marielle would hold on to the originals for safety.
That's a wrap. Love to see it.
All right, looks like we picked the right answer too. The taxi.
More deposited.
I never know how they go with that. Is that like they show, oh, you got that wrong in some type of way? Or if they just suggest something else at that point in time? All right, we did get one extra point. You okay, Van? Oh yeah, I'm fine. Just thinking. Is there something bothering you? Guessing the stories about the gangsters and Armada remnants are on your mind. Yeah. If Armati, Jack, or Killico were all talking about them, then it's definitely worth mulling over. We heard something interesting while following up on Mr. Brad's case as well. You're referring to the account of them being sighted in Terrell District, huh? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, that is kind of worrying. Maybe we should stop by Terrell, just in case, you know. Not a bad idea. Can't hurt to check the area out again. You could probably root out the busier parts of the district. Same for the area near the restaurant that's run by Hayway. In addition, mandatory investigation point. Okay, I guess. For now, I need to. As a matter of fact, I need to do the radio thing. I didn't do that the last one. But we listen to the radio. Let's see what's up.
And now, a news break. Hope you're having a good one, listeners. Today's news briefing comes to us straight from the Tyrell Times. President Gramhart revealed 2 events for this year's Revolution Festival: a memorial service and a showcase of next-generation military equipment. The announcement has made waves not only within Calvert, but across Zemuria, a sign that this is set to be a boisterous one even by its standards.
ERN. That shit crazy as hell.
We bring you the weather. How's it looking for us?
Here are the latest forecasts for regions throughout the Republic. The upcoming weather appears to be getting in the festive spirit, as clear skies are once again predicted throughout the Revolution Festival. I'm sure we'll see scores of citizens out enjoying the day well worth celebrating when the time comes.
Thanks for the update. Here we are with
And
the
traffic.
latest in traffic.
Yes, these are the most recent reports on the road courtesy of the Calvert Roadway Information Center. Traffic is heavy across Calvert as people from throughout the country make their way to Edith to take part in the Revolution Festival. In particular, traffic restrictions will be enacted in the Vontai district in preparation for the festivities.
That's all we have for now.
All right. I always do it at the beginning of the. Oh crap, my bad.
Banner launched.
And we got 1 extra point, so we're gonna go ahead and do Jack and Hal's quest. All right, let's go see what's up with them. There he is. Looks like Jack's got business with Yamai. Hey, this isn't what you promised, old man. Promised. Now, I'm sorry, but I haven't the foggiest idea what you're talking about. I never promised you anything, you see. The fuck? What's up? Got a problem? It's the funny way he like said, I never promised you anything. He had like this big cheesy ass smile on his face as he said it. Shit. Jack was mad as fuck. I'm sorry, that got me right there. That was funny. Oh hey Van, you actually came, huh? Yeah, was just a little concerned about you is all. So what happened? I asked this guy to reserve a certain 10 mirror coin for me on the off chance he came across it so I could buy it off him. But instead, he went behind my back and pawned it off to somebody else. A 10 mirror coin? What's got you worked up over it? It's what we in the business call an error coin, a misprint, if you will. Not only are the portrait and text flipped, but the copper is the wrong color too. It has a slight silver hue to it. How the fuck is copper? Oh, never mind. Let me stop. These little mistakes are 1 in 10,000, if not rare. 30,000 mirror per coin is quite common. God damn! But that's not all that can inflate the value of these. No sir. Owner history plays a part too, and a previous owner, as infamous as this coin, can bump the value up even higher. 50,000 by my estimate. Damn, 50,000 for a little coin. Must have had one hell of a past to command that kind of money. You're damn right it did. I take that you know about my mentor and my greatest rival. Of course I do. The king himself, ain't it? Hal's old man. Right. Then you probably know that he's not around anymore. There's a reason for that. I was a dumb little shit when I was younger. My cocky ass got him killed. Goddamn. Damn, dude. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to dig up all that baggage. Well, now you know. Anyway, I'm sure you put two and two together. That coin we're arguing over used to belong to him. After he died, that coin disappeared. I had no idea where it went, at least until yours truly happened upon it. Jack offered 100,000 mirror for that little coin, and at the time, I was more than happy to give it to him. Unfortunately, another customer beat him to the punch with a 105,000 mirror offer. Poor Jack was just minutes too late. It really was nothing personal. I was just doing as a businessman does and taking a better offer. Oh, give me a break. If you just told me somebody had put in a counter offer, I would have upped the money too. That is a little odd that you didn't do that this time. I know just how much you like to ring people for every mirror they're worth. So who's the moneybags who ran off with the coin? Well, if you want to know, you'll have to go straight to the source. As it so happens, the buyer left a note to pass on to Jack. It says, quite plainly, if you'd like the coin back, come to Kanyunj? The fuck? Great. You couldn't just sell the damn coin to them. You had to help them antagonize me too. Thanks, Shemai. Every now and again, someone comes out of the woodwork trying to pick a fight with me. Who's got it out for me this time? Though I haven't a clue. Yeah, I remember the pair of cheaters we had to deal with in Longport when we were in town. Sure ain't easy being famous, huh? You heading over right now? I think I'll tag along and see how this goes down. Sure, go ahead. I don't mind the company. Huh? What are you doing here? What the hell? Look how innocent she's trying to play. Why do you think I'm here? It's because I'm the one who bought the coin. What the fuck? I figured it was possible I might run into you. And now here you are, I guess. Yep, here I am. Good to see you, man. I was originally planning on having Mao officiate our little game. But if you're here, I'd be more than happy to have you do it, if you don't mind. Sure, I could do that. Bit of a roundabout way to challenge someone to a game, though, don't you think? Yeah, but unless I go back to that much trouble, Jack won't take it seriously as he should. So just to reiterate, Jack, I want to play a game of poker with you. Winner keeps the king's coin. Sound good to you? I'm game. You're on. You think you have a chance of winning against me? Do you really need to ask, Jack? Oh, that look said everything. You're right. My bad. That was dumb. Alright. Now that's settled, I'll have you hold on to the coin van. Every round, you'll flip that bad boy to determine who goes first. If it's heads, I go first. Tails, Jack goes first. I feel like I'm being given a big responsibility running this match, but I'll do my best to make you guys proud. I'm sure you'll do just fine, Van. We appreciate having you. Well, may the best hand win. Let's get down to business. Alright, the game got underway and Van watched the proceedings unfold. After the pair exchanged 100,000 mirror for 10 poker chips, they began to trade blows with each hand of cards. Once the match fully heated up, all the remaining chips were put on the line in a dramatic showdown. Cutting to the point. You really stepped your game. Hal. I'm impressed. Truth be told, I didn't expect you to even last this long. Save it for when you win, Jack. This game ain't over until it's over. You got that right. Sheesh, you two are freaking nuts. Not too many in Samaria who can read each other's hands and bluff the way you can. Looks like this next hand is going to be our grand finale. Sure seems like it. Keep up the good work, man. It doesn't matter who goes first. Either way, your fate's already set. Well, here goes nothing. Moment of truth. Which hand should I catch the coin with? Ooh, good question. Left or right hand? I don't know. I guess we'll just go right hand. It's heads. Your move, Hal. Guess I'm after her. Oh, thinking of pulling that on me, are you? Don't count your chickens before they hatch is all I gotta say. I'll exchange 2 cards. Let's see you walk the walk then. I'll also exchange 2 cards. And with that, I'll open. Ooh. Wait, you gotta be shitting me. I'm supposed to be the one with 4 kings here. What are you talking about? That's my hand, silly. So it is. That's another 4 of kind. What the fuck just happened here? You telling me Hal set all this up? Even your own hand? Sure did. King's whole specialty back in the day was taking control of the cards, including his opponent's hand. How the fuck was he looking at his cards and he couldn't tell he had all jacks? Let me stop. Let me stop. It's a game. It's a video game. You had to have Master King's technique in order to play like that. I'm genuinely impressed. Ain't nothing to it. Wait. There's still 1 card you haven't opened. What could you possibly still have left? The game should be over. Not if I've got a wild card in my hand. Oh, shit. I should have paid attention to the fact he had that turned over. And that's exactly what I have. A 5 of kind with jacks. Read him and weep. God damn. Sorry, Hal. I win. He fucking smoked her with that. I'm sorry. What the? I'm not sure I follow you guys. Did you somehow use Hal's own move against her? More or less, yeah. No way. How? How is that possible? I can wonder all I like, but at the end of the day, they called you Victory Jack for a reason. I lost, and that's all there is to it. It's time for me to pay the piper, I suppose. The coin's all yours, Jack. Here you are, Jack. Good game. Thanks. That was fun. That was a fun one, to say the least. There's one more thing we need to settle before we head on out. Hal, I'm giving you back the coin. You're the one who sold onto it. Jack, what are you doing? We agreed that whoever won gets to keep the coin. You earned it. You shouldn't give it back to me. In fact, I want you to have it. There's nobody else I'd rather see with it than you. Seriously, take it. It's okay. Oh, I get it now. That whole match was just a setup for her to give the coin to him all along, wasn't it? Sorry, Hal, but I can't let you have your way on this one. If that coin was mine, then it'd be up to me to decide what to do with it. But if you're that determined to hoist the thing on me anyway, there's only one thing you can do. Play you again and win. That's right. That's how these things work in our world. Fine. If that's how you're going to be, you're on. I'll keep improving my skills, and then one of these days, I'll beat you when you're playing your absolute hardest. Until then, you better not lose to anybody else but me, or your ass is grass. Deal? The fuck? Deal. They're crazy as hell. Man, you won't find another pair of gamblers like these anywhere else in Zamir. They're both crazy as shit. You're absolutely right. I'm glad I got to see this little exchange today. That was neat. They are crazy. With the promise made, Van proceeded to enjoy some of the yumcha with Jack and Hal at the Kayunge. Afterwards, he reunited with the others and got back to work.
You should get some drinks and have another heated round of cards soon.
Maybe I'll crack open the good stuff for you when you do. Just
All right.
try not to drink yourself stupid, Jack.
It's funny. I didn't even plan to get this one, and theirs is the only one I ended up getting the item for. It's hilarious. Let me see if I got it in my. Oh, I did go back and get like some of the stuff for people, like the shoes and armor stuff like that. Just had to build up some money for it. I'm trying to see if they put it in here. Yeah, there it is, the victory dice. They don't even let you know you got the damn victory dice. Like, damn. But yeah, 40% accuracy and 40% crit. It's pretty good. I don't have to. It's decent. I can see it being on somebody like him. But yeah, I had to probably get rid of that. But that Grail ring has been clutch as shit. Yeah, I could probably put it in the place of this. His accuracy would go down, but that crit is an extra 20-something% to his crit, and it'll kill 10 of his speed, but his speed will be at 100, so he's still good. Yeah. Yeah, it'll take his accuracy down a lot. I have to look into another way.
Understood. Allow me.
There's got to be something here I could take off of him that he doesn't really need. He doesn't really need a mine, too. I don't really use magic with him. Yeah, I'll probably do that and put a hit there.
Skill set updated.
At the most I'll lose 10 speed, but it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, that gets his critical up to 74%, so yeah. It means he'll hit harder than a son of a bitch. I'll have to find somebody else to stick the other thing on. But I'm gonna go ahead and end here, and when we come back, we'll be heading on with the rest of the story. We're done with everything here now. So it should get pretty heated in the next one, and we'll be probably heading on to the finale a little bit after that. But thank you all for rocking with me. I appreciate everyone checking out the vids. As always, if you're new to the channel, tap that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
Indeed.